Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the recent issue that is going on in news is regarding the Satluj Yamuna Link Canal. The two states of northern India, that is the Punjab and Haryana, are having severe dispute regarding this particular canal project since a very long time. So let us try to understand that what changes have happened recently with regard to this project. Also, we are going to discuss briefly the background, a historical background of this project, and also we will try to understand that what are the arguments and counter arguments given in support of or against the project by both the state government. So first, the context in which we are discussing today's issue is because the Haryana Legislative Assembly, Haryana Vidhan Sabha actually, has passed a resolution that seeks to complete the Satluj Yamuna Link Canal project. The Satluj Yamuna Link Canal project actually already for a distance of 290 km has been completed and remaining distance has to be constructed. Due to this passage of resolution, the whole issue has again brought back this contentions, the issues, the problem regarding the sharing of river water between the two states of Haryana and Punjab. In support of this particular resolution, the current Chief Minister of Haryana, Sri Manohar Lal Khattar, have said or actually issued a statement that the right of Haryana to share waters of two major rivers, that is Ravi River and Beas River, by the construction of SYL project, that is Satluj Yamuna Link Canal project, is historically, legally, judicially as well as constitutionally established fact over a period of time. And thus the August House has unanimously on at least 7 occasions since the 1956 have passed resolutions urging the early completion of SYL canal. So that is the current changes that has happened, current issue, this news that is going on regarding this particular project. So briefly, let us try to understand geographically that what are this canal and how the canal will bring water or distribute water. So on a broader basis, we have two rivers, that is Beas River and Satluj River, that are flowing through the territory of Punjab. Both Beas and Satluj are a tributary of Indus River, and Beas and Satluj River meet near this place in Punjab which is called as Harike, and here we have the Bhakra Nangal Canal. Also Harike Barrage has been, Harike Barrage that has been constructed here, and also it is very important dam and Ramsar sites. So the project envisions to construct a canal linking the Satluj River in the west all the way up to Yamuna River in the east, and this canal will pass through, as you can see from this particular diagram, this canal will pass through both states of Punjab and Haryana, and from this canal Haryana can receive water. Overall, around 92 km of canal in Haryana has already been constructed, has been completed, and 122 km of this particular canal is there, that is to be constructed in the Punjab. Briefly, if you look at the broader views, here we have Bhakra Nangal Dam. So from the lower course of lower regions of Bhakra Nangal Dam, we'll have a canal that will constructed transferring water from the Satluj River in Punjab to the Yamuna River in the Haryana Uttar Pradesh boundary. So what is the background of this particular canal project? So the first time the matter came into focus was in the year 1966, when we have reorganization of Punjab and formation of a separate state of Hindi-speaking Haryana. Punjab from very beginning was very much opposed to the sharing of water, citing the riparian principles. The sharing of water, as we discussed before, is between two rivers, Ravi and Beas, and then from transferring of water to the canal, via the canal to the Yamuna River. Now briefly we try to understand the background of how the Punjab state has been reorganized since independence. So in 1951, we can see this is just after independence. This whole region is divided into 3 different territories. First we have Pipsu, that is Patiala and Eastern Punjab States Union. Then we have another province, that is the Punjab. Then we have another province, that is Himachal Pradesh. So total 3 provinces are there as of now. Earlier, before independence, the Lahore was the capital of United Punjab. That United Punjab refers to the area that is currently the Punjab province of Pakistan and Punjab province of India. Later on, after partition, as Lahore went to Pakistan, the government decided to make Chandigarh the capital of Punjab region. Then further, the main changes happened in year 1956 after the States Reorganization Act was passed. That what we can see is that the whole Pepsu region was merged with the state of Punjab, and then we have only two regions, Punjab and the state of Himachal Pradesh. Then further, on the order of the then Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi, it was decided that the Punjab province will be split into two provinces, the Punjab and Haryana. Now, what was the reason behind this? The main reason behind this was the linguistic basis or language basis. In unified Punjab, we have three different people speaking three different languages. One is the Punjabi speaking people, one other is the Hindi speaking people, and then other we have the Pahari language speaking people. So to tackle this problem, what Indira Gandhi decided, that Punjabi people will be given a separate state of Punjab, the Hindi speaking people will be given a separate state of Haryana, and two districts that we can see from here, Kangra districts and the Bilaspur district, which was earlier part of Punjab, that was largely Pahari speaking or Pahari language speaking people, that will be transferred to the Himachal Pradesh. So 1966 is when we have creation of Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, with Chandigarh being the common capital of Punjab and Haryana. Now, what about the sharing of water before and after the reorganization of the states? So, before or pre-reorganization, we have two rivers as we discussed, Ravi and Beas river, and as per the government committee, it was assessed that about 15.85 million acre feet of water flows through these two rivers per year. So, taking this into basis, the government decided that they actually convened a meeting of three states, and they decided that out of this 15.85 million acre feet, 8 million acre feet of water will be transferred to the state of Rajasthan. Remaining 7.20 million acre feet will be transferred to the state of undivided Punjab. Again, I am emphasizing undivided Punjab here refers to the Punjab, Haryana and the two districts of current Himachal Pradesh. And remaining a small amount of 0.65 million acre feet will be transferred to the then state of Jammu and Kashmir in the north. However, once the Punjab province was reorganized, what happens? Again, in year 1981, we have a fresh assessment of the water supply of Ravi and Beas river, and there it was found that now the total capacity of Ravi and Beas river has slightly increased to 17.17 million acre feet per year. Then the then government has suggested that as per this current estimate, about 8.6 million acre feet per year should be transferred to the state of Rajasthan, 3.5 million acre feet should be transferred to the state of Haryana, and 4.22 million acre feet should be transferred to the state of Punjab. Now, it is in this context we have some important developments that have happened in the political context of India. So, one of the most important event that has happened in year 1982, that is the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, she inaugurated the Satluj Yamuna Link Canal near the Kapuri village of Punjab province, and it is against this project, Satluj Yamuna Link Canal project, that then Akali Dal, that was very main party of Punjab at that time, they started protest that was later referred as Kapuri Morcha protest. Now, as this protest take a very uglier turn, the violence started, and to tackle this, then further we know that unfortunately we have assassination of Indira Gandhi and her son Rajiv Gandhi become the Prime Minister of India, and this with the Akali Dal chief that time, H.S. Longowal, Rajiv Gandhi signs an accord, and as per this accord, both leaders agreed to set up a special tribunal to discuss about the matters or the ways how the water can be transferred or shared between the two states of Punjab and Haryana. And then under Justice Iradi of Supreme Court, Iradi Tribunal was set up, and the final verdict of this Iradi Tribunal was that he suggested, or this tribunal suggested, to increase the shares of water to both states of Punjab and Haryana and transfer surplus water about 3.2 million acre feet per year to the Haryana state. However, again a series of violence and murder erupted against this particular order of Iradi Tribunal, because Punjabi militants, especially the people belonging to Khalistan community, this Khalistan party who wanted to separate Punjab, they vociferously came out against this particular order, against this particular link canal, and we have a growth in militancy in this particular time between 1987 to 1990. when H.S. Longowal was unfortunately murdered before because of his accord that he has signed with Rajiv Gandhi. Then further, chief engineer and superintendent engineers of the link canal projects were also murdered after the interval of 2 years. And then there was a severe attack on the laborers and the we can say the laborers and other architects as well as engineers who were involved in this particular project. So it is in this context the the government has no other option but to halt the construction of this particular project. Now currently, what are the arguments and counter arguments given by the states government of Punjab and Haryana about this project? So let us try to understand about this. The government of Punjab clearly says that as per their estimates, the whole Punjab region can face severe drought and become very dry and arid by year 2029. And this we can understand from this particular fact that as per the current estimate by the Central Groundwater Board, about 79% of Punjab's area is overexploited in terms of exploitation of groundwater or exploitation of surface water for the agricultural activities. And if we try to also look at the water availability in different water blocks of Punjab, so out of 138 water blocks, about 109 blocks are overexploited in nature, 2 blocks are in a very critical stage, 5 blocks are semi-critical, and only 22 blocks of these can be considered as safe for extraction and uses of water. So taking these numbers into context, Punjab government says that it is impossible for it to share any of its water with the neighboring state of Haryana. However, and also Punjab also says that because of the uses of this water from these rivers, Punjab government every year annually is able to supply grains, especially rice and wheat, to the food grain supply to India worth of 70,000 crore rupees. That also will be adversely impacted if water is diverted away from Punjab. Haryana at the same time says that Haryana is also suffering from the same problem, that there is severe underground water depletion. In many areas in Haryana, the water has depleted or the water level has gone down by 1800 feet. And thus it is very difficult for Haryana to arrange water for the irrigation purposes, especially for the growth of crops. And Haryana also says the same point, that if water is not made available to it, it will be difficult for Haryana to supply or keep the same level of production in the cereal crops as of now. Not only the water for irrigation is having an issue, but also in many areas Haryana claims that people are suffering or people are not getting sufficient amount of drinking water. Haryana also tries to emphasize that every year it also, like Punjab, contributes significantly to the central food pool from the agricultural activity that is carried out in its region. So both states, basically we try to conclude, emphasize on the same point that the agricultural productivity will see a significant decline if water is diverted from Punjab, and Haryana says that their agricultural output also significantly will decline if water is not diverted, extra water is not supplied to the Haryana. So that is all about this whole project is or this whole issue is about. Hopefully the government of India will and both the state government together will come up with some noble solution to tackle this issue. So that is all about today. Thank you so much.